Hi, welcome back. It's good to have you here again. Today we are going to start talking about strategic planning. This little segment that we're doing right now is going to be very short. I just want to implement the concept to you before we start delving into it in detail. Let's imagine for a moment that you have started your own company. I don't know, let's say you've invented a sushi that tastes just like fried chicken and mashed potatoes. And so you're so excited and you do all your market studies, you produce this product, you find a way of getting it to your target market, you're out there selling it, it's successful, you're making a profit, and so you sit down in your office one day and go, now what? And that now what is what we're going to look at today. You don't ever want to be caught in that position of where should I go, what should I do, what's next. In a business setting, if you are in that position, you have already fallen behind. So what we're trying to do with the strategic planning process here that we'll be going through is answer some of those questions. What does our future hold? Who should our target market be? Should it stay where it is now? Should it evolve into another group or switch completely? The competition is probably catching up with you right now. If you've come up with this great sushi product that tastes like fried chicken and mashed potatoes, they've probably come up with one that tastes like a sirloin with a baked potato. So how are you going to keep your advantage? Again, this is what we're talking about when we talk about strategic planning. Okay, the purpose of strategic planning is to look at the long-range goals of an organization. We don't try and come up with what we're going to do next week. We're not trying to come up with what we're going to do next month or even next year. We are saying, where do we want to be in the long run? What direction should our organization go into? What areas should we emphasize? This is a highly involved process that involves all levels of management, but particularly upper level. It is very intense and well thought out if done properly. Within the strategic planning process, we have 3 levels that we're going to be looking at with this topic. The first one is what we're going to be concentrating on in Chapter 2 here, and that is the top level management decision making. Okay, again, very long term, looking at the long range direction of the company. The second level is the functional planning level, and this usually involves middle level management. Here they're going to say, how do we take those 15, 20-year objectives and goals laid out by our top level management in the strategic planning process, how are we going to make those a reality? What do we need to do now to move towards that, to accomplish that? And then finally, the third level in the strategic planning process is more operational planning. And this is the line management. This is actually putting the strategies into place, making it happen, making it a reality. Now, if we look at these 3 levels for a minute, hopefully you will see something that I tried to emphasize in Chapter 1, and that is that marketing is a support function. Marketing will be doing functional planning and operational planning. While we'll have input into strategic planning, that's not what we're there for. We're there to make those long-term objectives happen. Okay. So I'd like you to just think about that for a minute and understand these are very distinct levels that take different talents and different types of thought processes. So in summary, what we're trying to get out of the strategic planning process is that it is vital to the firm's long-term success and direction. It needs to be done every year at least. And while only top managers may actually be involved in the strategic planning process, it will affect all levels of management. Now, I know this was a short segment. We're going to explore the process in detail more next time. Have a good day.